is going on, guys? It's Reviews Ty J. Welcome to the third episode of the Sprint to the Finish series. And today we'll be racing with Pastor Maldonado from the Williams team for the third episode of this Sprint to the Finish series. Now, last time out we raced as Max Chilton, obviously starting in the Marussia in 22nd. We managed to get up to 12th on the first lap, nearly overtaking Jensen Button, but ended up in 12th in the end. And today we're driving as Maldonado, as you guys drew 2-2 on the votes yet again, drawing on the votes. But I decided to put a vote in for Maldonado because obviously Maldonado is the banter king. Crash to Maldonado. And in the real life race, he actually qualified 15th where Ricardo is, and finished 10th in the points. So hopefully we can do the same thing. Bottas' teammates actually qualified in 16th. As you can see, Van der Garde is starting alongside us, as I believe we did last time. And the votes went down actually a bit on the straw poll last time. So obviously make sure to answer the straw poll in the description, not the description, the comments, as to who you want to be the driver next episode, in episode 4. I can't even remember the team. I think it's Toro Rosso. But anyway, let's get into the third episode of Sprint to the Finish. Surprisingly, it's actually Rosberg who's on pole for this one, not Sebastian Vettel, so maybe he can win his first race of the series. But anyway, they're getting ready with the Williams to get started. Hopefully we can gain a few places off the start, and it's lights out. And away we go. Actually a decent start, just using half our curves, like I used to say a lot when that game was actually out. And we're doing decent start alongside Guido van der Garde at the start. And we're going to do a bit of a cheeky, dive bar. Oh wow, we've hit Bianchi. That was not nice. And we didn't do as well as we did last time, I don't think, there. But the car stuff is a lot less, I think, from oversteer. And as you can see, we're in a bit of a free car sandwich. We're going to manage to go up the inside. Can we go up the inside of Bottas? We can't in the end, but we do get up to 15th. Not a fantastic start, but obviously the Williams more competitive than when we hit Bottas, and we get past Bottas as well as getting past Gutierrez. And I think there's a 4-car huddle in front, and maybe we can catch up to them. As you can see, Button going really slowly. Maybe we can go up the outside of Button. This would be a very impressive overtake. Can we get to the line before him? No, we can't. Button's just got that extra speed, and maybe we can make a dive bomb. No, we're going to leave it for the moment. But I can see Alonso quite far down in the Ferrari. Obviously in the McLaren Honda in the 2015 season it's not a surprise, but in the 2013 season it's quite a shock. And it's not really been a great start, but as I said earlier, we're more competitive in the Williams, so hopefully we can overtake a few cars in this Grand Prix. And after this lap we are going to go back down to as you can see, that's a Lotus and Force India colliding there. We may be able to make some positions up here. Buttons up the inside. Now it's an illegal overtake. I'm going to give him that position back. Yeah, the game recognised that as well. And that was a bit dirty as we nearly go back a Button again. Oh my god, we nearly put him in the wall. But we've gone round the outside. It's a good move, to be honest. And we've done our fair share of dirtiness towards Button, so it's only fair that we just leave him be. And as you can see, there's Alonso in front, and Rosberg is at the lead of this Grand Prix. I really want to get into the points for the first time in this series, and as you can see, Alonso is quite far down. The Lotus and the Force India ahead of him. It's the Force India primarily first, and not a lot happening really. It's been a bit of a scrap with Button, and obviously on the first lap it was quite a shot with Bottas and Gutierrez at the start of that Grand Prix, but you can see we're kind of catching up a bit to the Force India and Fernando Alonso, because Alonso seems to be scrapping with him and he can't really get past the Force India, and we're only a second and a half behind him at the sector time. I think we've gained a few tenths, to be honest, and Button's going to be right on our back in this one, so we've just got to be careful of Jensen Button. Obviously Jensen, a very quick driver in my opinion, he always has been, but obviously the McLaren wasn't great in 2013, it wasn't crap as it has been this year, as we do a bit of corner cut in heaven. And as you can see, we're not really doing much. Obviously, this only being 3 laps, it goes really quickly sometimes. I don't know if we've gone down to standard mix yet. I'll just check that in a minute. Yeah, we have gone down to standard mix, which is alright. We might be able to use the, fuel mix, the rich fuel mix on the last few corners of the last lap. But as you can see, we're not really gaining on Fernando Alonso, which is a bit disappointing. But hopefully we can gain a bit more on this next lap. And using our curves, because we haven't used that. So that's the trouble with this game. You kind of forget it's there because it hasn't been there in the last few F1 games. As you can see, Alonso, I think he's going up the inside, and Button nearly ran up the inside of us. But of course in this game, the AI tend to back out, and we've gained quite a bit on Fernando Alonso, I think, actually there. But I don't know how much we've gained. Hopefully it's a decent amount. If we can overtake him and maybe get 11th. I don't think we're going to get points now, unfortunately, but we're a lot more competitive in this Williams. So hopefully next episode we can definitely get into points. To be fair, we might still be able to, because Alonso and the Force India could collide. But 1.8 seconds away, so we're actually, I think it's just, we've gained like 400ths of a second. Not even that, I don't think. But, you know, you can see Alonso ahead, but you can't really compete with him. Because I think with this game, the only trouble is, I think we like the lower cars. Unless you're really competitive, you won't be able to catch up to the cars. But that's unfortunate. Hopefully, Alonso has a bit of a problem in the last few corners. Obviously, as you can see, Alonso is being backed up by the Force India. If he doesn't get points, that would be quite a shock, to be honest. And I don't think, we're definitely not going to get points. We're using our curse here, why not? And as you can see, we're gaining a bit on Alonso. We're not going to do it now, unless Alonso has a dramatic falling off the pace. As you can see, Rosberg wins the Grand Prix to make it 100% conversion rate from pole to the winner. But we're going to finish 12th today, level with the Marussia result. So really, I'm not too happy with that. I did expect points, but oh well, we did gain 10 positions, Jenson Button driving right alongside us. And to be fair, we didn't cause any major crashes, which is quite an achievement. And quite a shock, as I said, with Alonso being at the point, starting in 3rd. That's a real shock. Alonso finished in 11th. And as you can see, Vettel finished 2nd and Mark Webber rounded out the podium. So let's have a look what happened at the bottom. So Bottas dropped down a bit, and Max Chilton actually got past quite a few cars, benefited from that start. But Jenson Button yet again dropping back. I think he started 9th in the last episode and dropped back to 11th, but this time he's dropped up 13th. And it was Di Resta, in fact, in front of Fernando Alonso. And as you can see, we did the fastest lap out of the 3 of those. So that's quite an achievement, I suppose, in the Williams, because the Ferrari and the Force India definitely more competitive than the Williams car. And as you can see, Raikkonen in 4th and Hamilton is 5th. And Paul Di Resta obviously getting the last points and just getting 1 point today. So the next episode, I think it's with Toro Rosso. It might not be, but it might well be. But anyway, there will be a straw poll down in the descriptions. Make sure to vote in that for the next driver for the next episode. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. I'm Reviews Tyjo, and I'll see you from episode 4. I'll sprint to the finish. Bye bye.